Fraser Jackson in Washington tells us more about how the indoor inauguration is likely to go and what people are expecting from Trump's first days in office.
It's been a lot of people that showed up for that victory rally on Sunday. There were lines for blocks and blocks away from the Capital One Arena, hours before the doors for the arena even opened. So if that is anything to go by, then we're expecting a relatively big crowd to try to attend that rally on Monday to see Donald Trump do his presidential parade. But a lot of them, of course, will be disappointed as it is just a 20,000 seat capacity there. The people that I'm talking to have come from far and wide, and they are excited and fired up that Donald Trump will once again be in the Oval Office. They've given me a whole slew of reasons that they want him to be back in power, and are glad that he's going to be back in power. The key one, though, is obviously the border. That is what we hear throughout our time during the primaries, during all of our time on the campaign trail. The border was priority number one. Number two was the economy that people would mention to me. And they also just said that they wanted corruption in the United States to end, and they wanted to make America great again. His tagline that Donald Trump has been using for the best part of a decade now, resonating in the ears of his voters, and they are fired up to celebrate that their nominee is once again president come midday on Monday.
And Fraser, I'm hearing up to 200 executive orders could be signed on his first day in office. What are we expecting to be among the first things that Donald Trump will do?
Yes, so at the moment, we don't know exactly how many it is. Now, Fox News did speak to a senior administration official who is very close to Donald Trump, and they said it will be 200. Donald Trump kind of hinted that it would be a big number at that rally in the Capital One Arena. A quick quote from that senior administration official, they said, "The president is issuing a historic series of executive orders and actions that will fundamentally reform the American government, including the complete and total restoration of American sovereignty." Now, we know that a lot of those are going to be focused on the border. They're going to be declaring a crisis at the border. They're also going to be reinstating various immigration policies, including the Remain in Mexico policy that Trump had in place during his first term, which means that migrants who are seeking asylum in the US will have to remain in Mexico until they get their court date. There's also going to be more mass detentions, more raids to round up illegal migrants who are already in the United States. We also know that Donald Trump is targeting oil as well in Alaska specifically, and he's also targeting DEI, which is diversity, equity and inclusion policies that the government adheres to. He's going to be scrapping loads of those as well. I'm also hearing from a source that Donald Trump will be switching things up a bit, and that he will be signing some of these executive orders immediately after he is sworn in at the Capitol, and then his team is now reworking things to enable him to sign some of the executive orders at the Capital One Arena where he held that rally today. And I'm also hearing from another source that the mother of Ashley Babbitt, the protester who was killed on the January 6th riot at the Capitol back in 2021, may also be there on stage with him. And Donald Trump has hinted that he's going to be pardoning a lot of the January 6th rioters who have been found guilty over the course of the last couple of years.